What are those? Who are those? What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for stopping by to check out this video. I'm going to be looking at the final trailer for Superman that just dropped. Haven't really seen much of it, but I'm going to see what they have in store for this final trailer. It comes out in about a month, and it's kind of to show that tickets are on sale now. So let's go ahead and see what the final trailer has.
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth.
He shouldn't be struggling.
We finally meet. Now, as planned.
I remember her from the other trailer. Lex going in there, okay.
I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
We didn't get any dialogue from him in the past trailer, the previous trailer. So this time we're getting dialogue from him. It's a cool shot.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Look at that blaster. Oh, there's the Gunn metal suit. Okay, he was in the previous trailer, but we didn't see his face.
Make a move, Big Blue.
Okay, what was his flying at? What was that around his neck, though? His tentacle things. What was that?
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around! I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
What are those? Who are those?
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay, that last shot that said get tickets now, I hope that flying shot was just for that because it looked really bad. Or they clean it up for the movie. That last flying shot did not look good if it's actually in the movie. They need to clean that part up. I know the movie's still a month away. They're still obviously going to be working on CGI and stuff like that until the movie comes out, but I think it hasn't improved a whole lot from trailer to trailer, if you ask me. Like, the shot that we've seen pretty much in every trailer of Ultraman or whoever flying into him, and they're like in that baseball stadium, it still looks a little oof to me. Some of the CGI shots look a little bit better, like the buildings and stuff, but I feel like the shots of them fighting, him, for example, punching the guy in the air, doesn't look so great. The fire coming off of him when he's like this, that also does not look good. Sorry, but the CGI really needs to be tightened up before this movie comes out, because I know people say, oh, CGI, CGI, but when you have movies like this that rely very heavily on CGI and visual effects, and you want it to be as convincing as possible, because it just needs to be that way. In 2025, CGI should not be looking worse than movies that came out several years ago. And I don't just mean Superman movies, I mean any movies that are heavily CGI. They really need to tighten that up. Especially if the budget is as big as some of these reports that have come out say it is. It needs to show in those aspects of the movie. I do like the shot of the Fortress of Solitude coming out of the ground. I think that those shots have looked pretty cool in the trailers that we've seen so far, including this one. Like I mentioned, it was interesting to get some dialogue from Lex this time. Most of the trailer, we actually we had the dialogue from Lex. We didn't hear him speak in the last trailer, we just saw him. So this time we're hearing him speak and kind of getting an idea of his, maybe not his entire motivation, we don't really know why maybe yet, his motivation to kill people around Superman and defeat Superman, destroy him. But we are getting that, you know, Luthor, what you would expect from Lex Luthor. what types of things maybe he'd be saying or thinking about Superman. We're getting that in this trailer. And he has his own people that he's taking into the Fortress of Solitude, metahumans or whoever he has working for him. Kind of guessing that monster, that fire-breathing monster, is probably something Lex created. I'm not really sure, but probably. Unless it's an alien creature or something like that. But I'm also wondering who all of those flying men, I don't know if they were men, people flying around Superman I don't know if they were men, but he was lasering them. Whatever and whoever they are. So, whatever and whoever they are, I don't know if they're humans or some kind of alien creatures or whatever they are. So it looks like how are they going to survive that? People want to talk about Superman doesn't kill. If he's flying in a circle with laser beams coming out of his eyes, they're not going to survive. So I don't know if those are humans or not, but looks like he's killing them to me. Which, I don't have anything against Superman killing in that fashion or killing Zod. It's just other people that have complained about it before. If that indeed is what's happening here, don't complain about it this time, okay? Also, the destruction. A lot of huge, massive destruction, which again, has been complained about in the past. But it makes sense for all that to be happening. If Superman is fighting anybody, you're going to have massive destruction and collateral damage and people dying that Superman cannot save. So, again, for those people who complained about it in the past, you better complain about it now. You better complain about that, and you better complain about Superman killing if he is indeed killing those people, or whatever they are, flying around him with laser beams, his heat vision, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a clear sense of who the main villain is. Is it Lex? Is it Ultraman? Is Lex using Ultraman against Superman? I don't have a clear sense of that. There are a lot of characters in the preview. We did get Mr. Terrific and a quick little glimpse of Green Lantern again in this one when he's talking to Clark. In the previous ones, we got some glimpses of some of the other hero characters and, whatnot that are going to be in the film as well. There are a lot. But who is... I don't have a clear sense of that. Who's the main villain based on the trailers? Maxwell Lord is also in the movie, right? So there's a whole lot of characters. And so I'm wondering how, muddy that's going to be. Obviously, Lex is trying to destroy him. He wants to kill people around him. Like I said, I think he's using the fire-breathing monster against him. So maybe he is using the other, villains against Superman as well. Maybe that's the main thing. Obviously, there's things that you don't want to know until you see the movie. But, I don't know. That's kind of where I am as far as that goes in the trailers. I do think it's interesting that Lois was flying some type of aircraft, whatever that was. That was interesting. Do you remember a while back, Grace Randolph saying about, this conflict in the Middle East and I guess in the last trailer we got that. This conflict in the Middle East or some part of the world that Superman intervenes in. And not all of these hero characters agree, or he's getting, backlash from the world about it. Is that the main story, I guess? Because that last trailer had a lot of parallels to the story in BVS, Batman vs. Superman. So, is that the main story? The main plot? You guys can tell me if you have a better idea if that's the main plot, that Superman's getting backlash for intervening in this conflict. Is that the main thing? But then how do these other, this Dragon and Lex, and how do all of them come into play if that's a lot of the main story, right? And the world kind of disagreeing about Superman and some people supporting him, some people not. Again, parallels to BVS. So how does all of that come into play? I'm not 100% sure how that all works together with all of these different characters and more than, several villains and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I am as far as the trailers. And I guess that last trailer gave us a little bit better idea of, some of the plot points. This one is kind of just like a lot of action. But I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see people's reaction to this movie. I think there's going to be probably a mixed bag of, people who love it, people who hate it, people who love it only because it's not Man of Steel, and that's the only reason why they want to love it and support it. People who are maybe in the middle, I don't know. I do think it's going to be a mixed bag, though, for sure, like most movies. But I don't know. I think this one's going to have a lot more discourse. James Gunn also did, I guess, announce that, or share, that there is a new Wonder Woman movie in development and is being written. I honestly, that's something I'm gonna not really totally believe until I see it. Just me personally. I think it's maybe a convenient time to be saying something like that because this movie's coming out. You want to encourage people to support the brand, the franchise. I don't know. They could very well be working on a Wonder Woman movie, but is it, if they are, is it really far enough along in the process for you to be sharing it publicly? A lot of movies start development and start getting, writers and being written, and they don't go anywhere, and people don't know about them for years until one time it comes up in a conversation that, hey, this movie was one time going to get made. So I don't know. I have a hard time believing that they will actually come to fruition. That's just me. It might. But I do think it's the timing of sharing it publicly, I think, is interesting. But we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think of this trailer and kind of, what do you think? How do you think all of these characters are going to come into play with maybe this plot line, this plot point of Superman intervening in world conflicts and not all of these characters agreeing with him, or, the world agreeing or disagreeing about him? How do you think all of that is supposed to come together based on what we've seen? And yeah, so share your thoughts and let me know. Like I said, there probably are some things I'm forgetting about that we may know about it, but it's not coming to my mind right now besides what we've seen in the past couple of trailers. So let me know. Again, thank you guys for the support on the channel. Don't forget to also check out the short section if you're interested. So yeah, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.